Manali Kaude from LJ Polytechnic. Welcome to the ongoing tutorial series of Subject Operating System. This series will be helpful for the students of computer and IT stream. Today we will see one of the most important concepts of this subject, which is frequently asked in exam, that is process life cycle. So let's start our today's session. The today's topic is process life cycle. It is abbreviated as PLC. It is also known as process state diagram. There are 5 states of a process. So the first state is new state, second one is the ready state, third one is the running state, fourth one is the waiting state, and the last one is terminated state. As you can see over here, each process may be in one of the state during its lifespan. Process changes its state during its execution. A process state indicates current activity of a process. So now we will see the functions of this state. First state we will see is the new state. Process is created using a system call, that is fork. So whenever any process is created, the process will enter into this state, that is the new state. Then it is possible that more than one processes may be present in this state at any instance of time. In this state, process will await to enter into next state, that is the ready state. So the next state we will see is the ready state. We will see the function of this state. A process which is in ready state has been loaded into main memory. So here main memory is RAM. So in other words, if I say whenever any process gets the memory, it enters into ready state. In this state, process awaits for execution on a CPU. And it is also possible that more than one process may be present in ready state at any instance of time. Third state is running state. A process which is in running state is currently executing on a CPU, or in other words, whenever CPU is allocated to a process, it enters into running state. Only one process is allowed to enter into this state, that is the running state. Next state we will see is the waiting state. We will discuss the function of this state. A process which is in waiting state is waiting for some kind of input or output device, or you can say it is waiting for some input output completion. For example, consider that some process requires printer to print documents, but that printer is being used by some other process. So the process will wait, or you can say it will enter into this state, that is the waiting state. It will be in this state till the printer becomes free. Next state, that is the last state, is the terminated state. So whenever the task of a process is completed, it enters into this state, that is the terminated state. And this is the last state of process life cycle. Now we will see state diagram of a process and how it works. So as you can see in the diagram, so whenever any process is created, it enters into the first state, that is the new state, as you can see over here. Then after, whenever any process gets memory and it is ready for execution, the process will enter into ready state. as you can see over here. At any instance of time, there can be more than one process present in this state, that is the ready state. Whenever process gets the CPU or processor, scheduler dispatch will occur and that particular process will enter into running state, as you can see over here. In this state, only one process can be present at any instance of time. If any kind of interrupt occurs or time allocated to a process is expired, that is scheduler timeout occurs, at that time the process will enter into the ready state. Process will enter into waiting state when it needs any kind of input or output devices, and at that instance of time input or output device is not available. Like an example, some process requires a printer to print a document, but printer is being used by some other process. So the process will wait and it will be in this state till the printer becomes free. Once that input and output device becomes free, it will enter into ready state, as you can see over here. So it will first enter into this state, that is the ready state, and then after it will go into the running state. This means whenever any process enters into the waiting state, it cannot be directly go into the running state. It has to go in ready state first and then into running state. Once the task of a process is completed, it enters into the last state, that is the terminated state. So this was all about today's session. Now we will see few questions related to this topic. So the first question is, give full form of PLC. Second one is, PLC is also known as dash. Third one is, how many states are present in process state diagram. Fourth one is, what is the function of running state in process state diagram. Fifth one is, in which state more than one process are allowed to present at any instance of time. You can answer all these questions in below comment section. So this was all about today's session. In today's session we have discussed about process state diagram. If you like this video, do like, share and subscribe this channel. Click on the bell icon for future notification. Stay tuned for more such videos. Thank you for watching this video.